While the world often talks about King Charles or Prince William, one royal has always lived a quieter, more private life, Prince Edward. But who really is he? And what does his day-to-day life look like? Brief introduction to Prince Edward, youngest son of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Purpose of video: exploring his lifestyle, hobbies, duties, and personal choices. Early life and royal background of Prince Edward. Prince Edward, the youngest son of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, was born on March 10, 1964, at Buckingham Palace. From the moment of his birth, he was a part of Britain's most iconic family, growing up under the shadow of royal tradition, media attention, and the expectations that come with being a Windsor. His early education followed the royal pattern, beginning with private tutors before he was enrolled at Gordonstoun School in Scotland, the same strict boarding school attended by his father and brothers. Known for its rigorous discipline, outdoor challenges, and emphasis on character building, Gordonstoun played a crucial role in shaping Edward's independent personality. Unlike Prince Charles, who reportedly struggled at Gordonstoun, Edward adapted well and even thrived in the environment. After completing his schooling, Edward took a gap year, spending time as a house tutor at Wanganui Collegiate School in New Zealand. A rare and humble move for a royal. He later attended Jesus College, Cambridge University, where he studied history and earned a degree, making him one of the few royals to achieve such academic success in modern times. However, despite his royal upbringing, Edward made choices that reflected a more modern and personal approach to life. While he initially joined the Royal Marines, following the military path expected of royal men, he left the training program after just a few months. A decision that stirred media criticism, but showcased his desire to forge his own identity. Rather than diving fully into royal duties or military life, Edward explored the world of television and production, working with media companies before eventually founding his own production firm. This bold move reflected his willingness to step outside royal tradition and pursue his own interests, a theme that would continue throughout his life. Career and public duties of Prince Edward. After completing his education at Cambridge, Prince Edward made an unconventional choice for a royal. He pursued a career in the media. In 1993, he founded Ardent Productions, a television production company focused on documentaries and royal history. While his work in the media was met with mixed reviews and occasional controversy, especially over a documentary that was seen as intruding on Prince William's private life, it reflected Edward's desire to carve out a personal and professional identity separate from his royal roots. However, by 2002, Edward stepped away from the commercial world and began taking on more public royal duties, especially as the workload of senior royals increased. His return to full-time royal service marked a significant shift in his role within the monarchy. He began representing the crown at official events both in the UK and internationally, and became heavily involved in charity work, particularly in areas focused on youth development, the arts, and the military. In 1999, upon his marriage to Sophie Rhys-Jones, he was given the title Earl of Wessex by Queen Elizabeth II. Unlike his brothers, Edward was not made a duke at the time, reportedly because he had expressed interest in eventually becoming Duke of Edinburgh, a title previously held by his father, Prince Philip. That wish was fulfilled in 2023, when King Charles III officially granted Edward the title Duke of Edinburgh, honoring both his commitment to the royal family and his long-standing support of the Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme. Today, as a working royal, Prince Edward plays a key role in supporting the monarchy, attending events, engaging with charitable organizations, and maintaining the values of service and duty that define the British royal family, all while remaining one of its most quietly dedicated members.
Family life of Prince Edward. Prince Edward married Sophie Rhys-Jones on June 19, 1999, in a relatively modest ceremony at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, far more low-key than the weddings of his royal siblings. Upon their marriage, Queen Elizabeth II bestowed upon Edward the title Earl of Wessex, while Sophie became the Countess of Wessex. Their relationship has often been described as strong, supportive, and deeply rooted in shared values of duty and privacy. The couple has 2 children, Lady Louise Windsor, born in 2003, and James, Earl of Wessex, born in 2007. Unlike many royal children, Louise and James have largely been raised away from the public spotlight. Prince Edward and Sophie made a conscious decision to give their children as normal a childhood as possible, choosing not to style them as her Royal Highness, and allowing them to decide for themselves whether they wish to take on royal roles in the future. The family resides at Bagshot Park, a royal residence in Surrey, where they enjoy a relatively private and grounded life. Despite their royal status, Edward and Sophie are often seen doing everyday activities, such as school runs, shopping, and attending local events, without excessive media attention. Sophie in particular has gained public admiration for her relatable personality and hardworking nature. Their parenting style has been described as warm, protective, and modern. While they uphold traditional royal values, they've balanced this with a desire to keep their children connected to the real world. Both children have appeared at select public events, but the family has maintained clear boundaries with the media. Together, Prince Edward and Sophie have quietly built a stable, loving family life, one that reflects a more modern and relatable image of the British monarchy.
Hobbies and interests of Prince Edward. Prince Edward is known for leading a relatively private life, but behind the scenes he has a range of personal interests and passions that reflect his well-rounded personality. One of his greatest loves is sports, particularly cricket and horse riding. From a young age, he was active in outdoor activities, influenced by his education at Gordonstoun. He often participates in horse riding events and supports sporting charities and initiatives that promote youth involvement in physical activities. Another defining passion of Prince Edward is his deep interest in theater and the arts. Before fully stepping into royal duties, Edward worked in the entertainment industry and even served briefly with Andrew Lloyd Webber's Really Useful Theater Company. This early exposure shaped his lifelong appreciation for drama and cultural performance. He remains involved in promoting British theater and performance arts, often attending premieres, concerts, and cultural festivals. Edward is also highly active in charity work, supporting numerous causes focused on youth development, education, and the arts. He plays a significant role in the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, a program established by his father that encourages young people to challenge themselves through outdoor expeditions and community service. Edward has helped expand the program globally, reaching youth in more than 130 countries. In addition to charity work, Prince Edward is deeply engaged in cultural diplomacy. He serves as patron to a variety of organizations, ranging from theater companies to military charities. His patronages reflect his commitment to promoting British values, education, and the creative industries both domestically and abroad. Through overseas visits, he represents the monarchy by building international relationships centered around culture and mutual respect. Altogether, Prince Edward's interests go far beyond ceremony, revealing a man dedicated to enriching lives through culture, service, and meaningful engagement.